Hello everyone and welcome to Thursday. I think I can take these off now. Oh God, it's still very bright. It's still very bright. So, after breakfast stream this morning, Mal and I both had optometrist appointments. We see the same optometrist. Appointments are every 30 minutes, so we just have our appointments scheduled 30 minutes behind the other person, so we can just go at the same time. Saves us from doing two trips. Mal's eyes changed, right? Your prescription changed?
Yes.
Both eyes or just one eye?
I think just my right.
Just your right eye.
I didn't get my prescription paper yet.
Okay, but you didn't get your, okay.
Yeah,
well,
because she wanted me to test 2 new types of contacts, and then based on whatever one I like best, then she'll write my paper. I
see. All right, so Mal's got to do some testing to figure out which one she wants. My eyes haven't changed. They haven't changed. I'm very fortunate in that I have the exact same prescription in both eyes, so I can actually mix and match my contacts. It doesn't matter. I don't have to keep them separate. And my prescription in my vision hasn't changed in like 10 years or something. It's been a long time. Now, my eyes are bad. I guess that's... It really depends on what you're comparing it to, right? But my eyes are like a lot worse than Mallory's. But her prescription keeps changing and mine hasn't changed in a decade, so I feel pretty fortunate. It means I've been able to keep the same glasses. And it also means that, you know, in a year when I haven't gone through all of my contacts, if I buy more contacts, I'm just stockpiling even more for the future because it hasn't changed. I think there was some time ago they made a slight change to it. But I don't remember when that was. It might have been over 10 years ago. I went from like a 5.5 to like a 5.75. And it wasn't even like super necessary, but they were like, whatever. Because I think these are still a 5.5. But that's been the only change. And again, it was in both eyes. I think just to make things sharper or something. Anyway, so that was the main goal of today. Now we're going to be starting on a few different things. Mallory is getting started on her next in-between video, not her next painting, but her next like instructional piece. And she's going to be putting together a video on palettes. She did a video a few months ago about brushes, kind of did a deep dive on the types of brushes, why you might use one over the other, the costs, etc. And now she's going to be doing the same thing on what I would assume that a lot of people overlook, and that is palettes. You know, you don't think too much about, it's the thing that holds the paint, who cares? But there's actually a lot of different things you can do and different choices you can make. So Matt, that's what she's going to be doing. So I'm going to help her go over that, figure out exactly how she's going to shoot it, and then hopefully shoot most of it today. That would be ideal. As for me, I've been doing a lot of recording over the past few days, so I actually have a lot of stuff recorded, which is really good. So I can focus on doing vlogs, which needs to be done. Tomorrow we're also doing our story mode stream for Mario Maker, and I got to make sure I have everything set up for that also. The other thing is that we ordered new lights for upstairs for 2 reasons. They'll be used for breakfast stream because breakfast stream is not really getting enough light. I have a lot of stuff changed in camera to make it work, but it's not as good as I would want it. And then the lights will also be used to light the green screen for Morning Mario and eventually solo live streams. And it's just because Dan has to do a lot of extra work to get the key right, to key out the green screen, and the lighting is not even in there. And that's partially because of the really cheap, terrible lights that are in there. So we are replacing them with LED panels. We actually already had one panel. It's the panel that we had hanging above our TV at the old house. So we just bought a matching panel, and I got to get all that set up too. So there's quite a bit of stuff that I can work on today. I'm just going to do my best to get through everything. I also had a solution for mounting the lights to the desks, which is something I talked about a little bit ago. I want to make sure everything works before I recommend anything because I'm not 100% sure because I haven't tried it myself. It's just on paper it should function, so I'm going to take a look at that. We'll see what we get accomplished today. So it's a few hours later and a lot has happened, but one of the things that has happened is that we've completely transformed the upstairs office. Well, I feel like it's completely transformed. You may not see it, but it's a big deal to me. So the big thing that we did is we got these lights up. Now keep in mind, one of the lights was from our old place. It used to sit above our TV in the old office. And we basically bought an identical light. And these are the Fovatech, in some markets they're called Studio Pro, Fovatech Studio Pro 600 LED lights. Mao has the 1200 LED variants. And the one that I bought just came with the panel itself and barn doors, but if you want to get it as a kit where it has the stands also, they sell that too. If you're interested in any of this stuff, I'll put links in the description for what I got. Now, the panel that we had a while back didn't have barn doors, so in addition to buying a new panel, which has the barn doors included, I also bought some barn doors. Then I bought some clamps and more diffusion material so I could create my own little soft boxes here. So this gives us a lot more light than the CFL bulbs that we were working with, and that's really nice because, for one, the light is bigger because the diffusion is bigger and it's brighter, so there's more light, and also they're LEDs, so they don't run quite as hot. It's really nice. It's kind of like the best of all situations. And I thought about getting the 1200 LED kit again, but the 1200 kit's kind of expensive, and we already had a 600 panel, and I was like, I'll just get a matching 600 panel, and that'll be way cheaper than buying a new kit. And I think there's probably plenty of light in here now anyway. Now, we're going to be using these lights for breakfast stream and gaming streams that we do together, yes, but then also, whenever I go to do the Morning Mario Morning Mario videos over here, these are the lights for me, and these are going to be lights for the screen because I was not getting enough light onto the green screen, and it was causing Dan's hair to go gray, so that's going to help him out with getting a good key. It's also going to help me out when I eventually start doing solo streams because then I'll be able to key out stuff a lot more easily and I won't have to play with all the little individual settings. Now, the other big thing I did, in addition to setting these up, and Mao helped me with all this, so she is owed at least half of the effort upstairs. The other thing I did is I got my desk reset up, if that makes any sense. I had put these lights behind the desk, and that sucked, and I didn't like that. So I bought some desk mounts so they can actually clamp to the desk itself, and then I don't have these big stands behind the desk, and the desk can go all the way back against the wall again. And that's awesome. I also took this opportunity to rewire everything, among which involved moving the PC from over here to over there. And I think that was a better move overall. So I'm happy with it. I finally have things wired up fairly permanently. Things are looking good. I've just kind of been in this weird state of getting by. It's like there was wires all over the floor. I had run a 100-foot Ethernet cable from the router over to the PC, and it was just, everything was like, eh. It kind of sucked to come up here and work. Once I was sitting in my chair and focused, it was fine, but the minute I had to get up and leave and like go through all of the crap, it was really upsetting. And to see everything finally come together and become a lot more finalized is really exciting. Now, I know some of you are going to be interested in those desk clamps that I got, and you're going to be wondering exactly how I did it and how I mounted those lights, and I'm going to explain that later. Let's say, hopefully tomorrow. Tomorrow I've got the Super Mario Maker 2 stream, but I'll try and devote tomorrow's vlog to showing off exactly what I did, because the Elgato key lights, again, they're not for everyone. They're very expensive, and the coolest thing about them, in my opinion, is just the fact that they clamp to the desk. But there's a way to do that without having to spend $200 a light, so I'll talk about that tomorrow. Anyway, that is it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I'm super happy with this. We're getting there, slowly but surely, and it'll be nice to have new lights for tomorrow's stream, which will be very exciting to do. Let's be back tomorrow, shall we?